Hey, it's AJ from Driving Academy-Tallahassee, and on today's episode of You Know What Really Grinds AJ's Gears? Lack of proper training for CDL students. For years, I was the guy out on the road complaining about poor driving skills from truck drivers and four-wheelers. But as time passed, I witnessed the problem become more of a lack of driving ability from truck drivers. The worse it got, the more I complained. I've always tried to be the guy who offered help and guidance, but often that got me cussed out or the old "I don't need your help" response. That got me to a place where I was even hesitant to offer any assistance, and that's just not me. My solution was to open my own CDL school to help in my own little way, which led me to becoming a Driving Academy franchisee. Now let's be clear, I was not a trainer, nor did I have any idea about what the requirements for federal mandated training were. After seeing what the minimum requirements were, I started to understand why these new drivers have the issues they have daily. They have literally watered down the requirements for testing so much that these new drivers have it easy. The pre-trip and maneuvers for the test have been watered down so much that getting your CDL is a breeze. They did this so they could get more licensed drivers on the road to cover the demand. Basically, they opened the center of the hourglass to let more sand through, the test being the center of the hourglass. This is why it is important that folks choose the right school. The federal guidelines for curriculum still state that you must be able to do alley, dock, and parallel, etc. But the test doesn't test those skills. So what happens is some schools are teaching the test, which leaves the student without the proper training, and no one holds them accountable. This is the big problem. Of course, getting licensed to be a school is a strenuous task. You must get federal and state level approvals. However, after you are licensed, who checks to see if the school is training correctly? The answer is really nobody. Yes, you must renew your license yearly and provide all sorts of documentation, financials, proof of insurance, and let's not forget about the fees associated. But again, who is coming to make sure you are actually training correctly? No one. This is the problem. No one is making sure these schools are training properly. They just want the paperwork, documentation, and their money. Now, let's talk about testing. This, in Florida anyway, is way more regulated. We must be licensed and trained to be a testing site. We must have continual education training and must get recertified often. We also have a compliance officer who checks our site and makes sure we are scoring properly and there's no funny business going on. However, since the skills test, in my opinion, has been dumbed down, it makes it easier to acquire a CDL. So with all this being said, it is important to choose the right CDL school when acquiring your CDL. Do not pick your school based on the price. Pick it based on what you are receiving for your money. Some of the most expensive are not that great, and some of the cheapest are not that great either. If your goal is to just get a CDL as fast as you can and find a job, you are already setting yourself up for failure and going about your new career all wrong. Your goal should be to get great training and earn your CDL through the proper training. No matter what, when you leave school, you will be a rookie. Just try and be a prepared rookie and take your time, pay attention, and take advice from the right people. I promise, we do not have participation trophies here at Driving Academy-Tallahassee. We strive to provide the best training in the country and will put the work in for our students. We go above and beyond the required curriculum to make sure our students are prepared for their new career. We love our students and want the absolute best for them and refuse to let anyone test without being prepared for what they are about to get into. You can bet that our students will learn while they earn their CDL here at Driving Academy-Tallahassee. If you have a subject you would like me to discuss in future videos, leave it in the comments. If you like this video, smash that like button, follow, and share. If this video offended you, you must be someone who needed to hear it, so do better. And as always, keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Over and out.